Hi everyone, welcome to this video dedicated to standard input, standard output and the grep command. So we will start directly with the grep command and then illustrate its different way of functioning when it comes to standard input and standard output. Okay, so we are always in our simple to restructure directory, like always. So let's go into src and then we will use our hello.txt for, as a reminder, it contains just hello worlds and with the numbers going from 1 to 85, and then we have only 2 lines with weird thing that we have when we have edited it with a text editor. Okay, let's illustrate the grep command. So grep is to try to find text with a special pattern, okay, into a text file. So the syntax the following is grep and then what you are looking for and where you are looking for this pattern. So for example, if I grep hello in hello.txt, basically I will get all the lines because all the lines contains hello world. Okay, so they will all contain the hello world. On the contrary, if I try to catch the character 1, then it will appear only on all the lines where I have 10, and then all the lines where 1 as a unit. So here I've already selected a subset of the file content, and now if I try to grep add, for example, then no, it's not with a that's a good. So add here, then I catch only here the 2 lines that I've modified with my text editor. But let's come back with add. So here there is no line in hello.txt that match this pattern, and then it's because of the uppercase A here. If I want to tell grep to not take into account the case, so to make it case non-sensitive, you have to add the -I option, and then I get the 2 lines with that are lowercase. Right, but then everything is documented in the manual, so just man grep, and then you will get all the possible options to find things, and then you can do even a more complex research by setting here regular expressions. So this is very, very powerful, but the syntax is a bit awkward. You have to understand a bit how it works. That could be a topic of another video, but that will be pretty long and it's more advanced topic. So the next topic of this video is to talk about standard input and standard output. So maybe I can switch back to this. You have to know that when you launch a process, and that's the case when you are issuing a command, so that you have a new process running on your system, each process of the operating system has one standard input and one standard output. Standard input by default is the keyboard, and so it's expecting something on the keyboard, and by default the standard output is your terminal, so it's where you're issuing the command. And so if you look at the terminal itself, so this guy, it is a process running on your system, and he is listening to the standard input. Okay, so here, because I'm typing at the keyboard and he's able to display something. Okay, so it means that he is listening from the keyboard. And when I'm issuing a command, then the result is also output on the terminal. So it's output here, and that have the chance to see the output of the command. Okay, but you can redirect these standard input and standard output to files, because they're actually, how it is implemented in the system, there are files. They are treated as normal files that get filled when you type on the keyboard. You are filling a file even if you don't know it, but then you can change this file, okay? And instead of listening from the keyboard, you can read a file, for example, or output the result of the command in a file. So, for example, ls, okay, it prints the output, so it queries the file system, what are the entries in the SLC directory, and then he answers all the files and directories that are there. Now, if I don't want to print them on the terminal itself, I can, it's weird, okay, ls, and then you have to use the superior sign character, and then I create the file ls_output that will contain the output of ls. Okay, let's do it. Okay, now I have nothing on my terminal because that's normal. I have redirected the standard output to a file, and then we can see the content of this file. And I see, okay, chocolate, echo hello, etc. As we have seen here in the terminal. That's it. I can do it a second time. The file will be destroyed. So as soon as you have a single superior sign here, if the file exists, it is overwritten. Okay, and it will get overwritten and overwritten again as long as you don't change the file name here. However, you can append, so instead of destroying this file and replacing with a new output, you can append, so take the new output and put it at the end of an existing file. So here, if I do it, and then I look at the content, here I see the content has been doubled. So this is the output of the first command, and then that's the output of my second command with the superior. Here I have appended something on it. Good. Then last step, and the most powerful one in terms of shell scripting, I can redirect the standard output to the standard input of another command. So that's typically what we are doing. So if cat hello.txt, so this is my hello world content that we have seen so far. I can redirect this in a file. Okay, I can name it copy hello.txt because that's exactly what it is doing. I'm just printing the content of a file in the standard output, and now I'm redirecting this standard output into a file. So basically, if I look at now copy hello, I have the same copy. So that's these two. This command is equivalent to cp hello.txt to copy hello.txt. Good. What I want to do here is to cat. So instead of redirecting to a file, I want to redirect it to another command, to the standard input of another command. And this is done with the pipe. Okay. Pipe is, and then I put it to the standard input of grep. And then I am able, for example, to grep -I add, like we've done before, and then I get my 2 lines like before. Okay, so here we've done the same thing as we've done with grep at the beginning of the video, but managing with standard standard output redirection using a pipe. So this is a bit more complex and then more powerful, because then you can build sequences of this kind of command and to build pretty complex things. So here, and then one thing that is important to mention is that grep is not functioning the same way. So if I look at grep, here I have one option, okay, and then 2 arguments. The first argument is what I'm looking for. Second argument is in which file I want to look for this pattern. And then it's up to grep that will open this file and then look for the pattern in it. But grep is doing it. Okay. And then prints the results on the standard output. And in that case, grep is not taking care at all of the standard input. So you can type on the keyboard while this command is executing, grep doesn't care. Okay? In this command, it's different. Here it's cat who will open the file hello.txt, then put the content of this file on the standard output. Then the standard output is redirected to the standard input of grep, and then this time grep listens to the standard input. So he listens to the standard input and look for this pattern on its standard input and prints the results on the standard output, which is here. Okay, this is clear? So this means that if now I type something like this, so grep with a single argument, it means that grep will listen from the standard input. And that's what it's doing. So now grep is expecting that I'm typing something. So if I type so hello, so nothing will happen. Then add, for example, fg. So here you see the syntax coloration. It has changed, so it has and then it has been doubled. So grep has answered, okay, here I catch this line. And then to end this, so to say end of file, I have to type Control and D. This finished the comment. Well, that's it. So if you get stuck in such command, you can type forever. Okay, so in order to escape, you can either type Control D to say, okay, that's end of file, or Control C, that's an interrupt, so it kills the foreground application. But we will see this in detail in the following video. Right? So I think now we are in a status where you are able now to understand the command I have presented to you in the very first video. So I think it was something like, yes, it was that one. So here, cat, again, so I want to read that file and put its content on the standard output. Pipe, I redirect this standard output to the standard input of the next command, which is this one, and I'm looking for the pattern USB, and that's what we get. So this is the content with all things that happens on the xorg.0.log or log file for events that happens on the keyboard and the mouse, and I grep only USB, the character string USB. Well, that's it about standard input and standard output. So, thanks for watching. Goodbye.